business, which is good because it gives my David-sized campaign the ability to compete on a broader level. I do have discs. They aren't just frisbees. They aren't just for ski shooting. If you throw them in your computer, it will play a video. It's the same information that is on my website. My name is Ferrin. This has information on, for instance, this will teach the difference between capitalism and socialism in less than 1 minute, with the help of my 2 daughters, which are available. It also has my view of the Second Amendment. I believe that gun control means the ability to hit your target using 1 bullet. So anyway, if you've not gotten one of these, we'll have some for you afterwards. See me or my daughter. It is my daughter, not my granddaughter. People often make that mistake. People ask me often, why am I running? Well, my initial response is because I got off my medication. However, I'm running because I believe that teaching conservatism is as important as legislating conservatism. You know, liberals can't beat us on the arena of ideas. That's why they have to go personal and negative really fast. That's why they have to say, well, if you don't like health care, that means you're a racist. You don't like the presidential policies, it's because he's black. They have to go negative. What they can do is they can out-strategize us. What they do is they find a candidate who can deliver a message, who can motivate a crowd, who can get people on their feet, and they say, listen, I don't care what you were doing 2 years ago. I don't care if you were a community organizer or whatever. We're going to stand behind you and we're going to elect you to office. Republicans, conservatives, have a tendency to choose who's next. They find the person who's next in line. That, quite frankly, is how we got us McCain and Dole. 2 great people, but they ran because it was their turn. You know, when a conservative runs for office and has no experience, it's not his turn. When a liberal runs for office and has no experience, it's called change you can believe in. I'm running again for the opportunity to teach conservatism and conservative values. I believe that our young people are being fed a very popular line, and that is real success in America, real America. In fact, the former candidate Dean actually said this in France a couple of months ago. Real America is about taking from those who have a lot and have succeeded and giving it to those who are in need. Now that sounds to me like from everyone their ability to everyone their need, written by Karl Marx. The Democratic platform is, you have succeeded, you have done very, very well, so we're going to take from you and give it to somebody who has not succeeded. The Constitution doesn't guarantee us house, food, health care. It only gives us the opportunity to pursue those things. It's up to the individual person. It's, no society has ever succeeded or lasted when you reward people with need. Because if you reward people for being needy, you get more needy people. When you reward people for being producers, you get more producers. My campaign is about teaching the difference between conservatism and liberalism. In fact, I am linking up with a new political action committee. They're trying to find conservatives to run for office at various different levels. They're going to organize and fund, and I'm going to be the opening act. But what we're trying to do is teach the difference between liberalism and conservatism. The reason I'm carrying this is a couple things I wanted to read. By the way, when I'm down to 25 minutes, if you could throw something at me, that would be great. I like to show people. How do you know if you're liberal or conservative? Well, you know, if you think Silent Night made your partner didn't snore last night, you're probably a liberal. If you think God is an acronym for guaranteed overnight delivery, you're probably a liberal. If you think the 10th Amendment is a fifth of vodka served twice, you're probably a liberal. If you think carpet bombing is what your toddler does to your floor, you're probably a liberal. If you voted for something before you voted against it, you're probably a liberal. If you think peace through strength is a deodorant spray, you're probably a liberal. If you think the flagpole is something you dance around, you're probably a liberal. And if you think meeting at the flagpole requires 2 dancers, you're probably a liberal. And if you are offended by any of these, you're probably a liberal. I will not only represent the 5th District, the citizens of the 5th District, like we've not had last year, but I will also use my office as a soapbox to get people, number one, to laugh at liberalism, because you've got to laugh at liberalism, and appreciate the values and the meaning that conservatism has in their lives. I'm having a great time. I'm able to meet some fantastic people in this campaign. Like I've said, in 5 months we're all on the same team. It has been a great honor for me. I mean, people actually care and ask me to come speak to them. That's really cool for me. I'm not running, though. I am running at, no sound bites. Don't take that part where I said I'm not running. I am running as a conservative working family candidate, middle class candidate. I've not lived the past year by rearranging a multi-million-dollar portfolio. 5 years ago I was hoping I would, but I didn't. I survived the last year of economic stress like 95% of the people in the 5th district. I worked harder and I cut back. We didn't have a vacation this year. And I'll tell you one thing. When I got my electric bill last night, I almost fell over. It more than doubled. And when cap and trade hits, that, by the way, Tom Ferrin is proud of, when cap and trade hits, it will nearly double again. I told him at a town meeting, at a meeting that everyone was about to lynch him. I said it because of health care. And he had talked about how wonderful cap and trade is and how he was proud of it. I said, you realize, when people realize what cap and trade will do to their pocketbooks, what you're seeing here will look like a love fest. I am a small business owner. I work about 60 hours a week. But my small businesses, I produce videos for websites, like campaign websites. I just picked a really good candidate, a really good client named Ron Ferrin for Congress.org. You might want to check it out. We're producing videos for that candidate. But one advantage is, well, I cannot run TV ads. At least not right now. I can't run TV ads. However, Pepsi, for the first time in 2 decades, they're not running their ads on television. They're running their ads, the Super Bowl ads, on the internet. Because the internet is the new medium to reach more people more cost effectively. So that's where my campaign can go against the big money. In fact, I tell people, support my campaign and maybe we can get the big money out of politics, because we don't need to run $500,000 or $1 million in commercials. One thing though, I'm not waiting to get to Congress to do something. I was interviewed yesterday on a radio station in Central Virginia about an organization I started, educationpartners.biz. Now, I was interviewed, was given the opportunity to talk about my campaign, but I did not talk about my campaign. I figured people want to put 2 and 2 together and know I'm running, that's fine. But I didn't talk about my campaign because I don't want to politicize the kids. We started a nonprofit website that we are actually solving the problem of funding for schools without government intervention. I believe that the conservatives, we should look at ways to solve our problems without the government, without taxes, without saying we're going to just throw more money in it. What does more money mean? More money out of your pocket, more money out of my pocket. What I can do is take to Washington an understanding of what a big bill is like, what a big utility bill will do to you. There's four things I'm pledging to you, 4 legislative things I'm pledging to you. But how's my time?
You have about another 5 minutes, and I'll allow you additional 5 minutes for questions.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.